Hi everybody, I just wanted to come on here and talk about Taurus season, which we just entered yesterday. It's very exciting for me because I am a triple Taurus. My sun, moon, and Mercury are all in Taurus, so Mercury and the sun are have now shifted to Taurus, and so it's like I'm coming home to myself. I just wanted to kind of talk about what Taurus season really is. We move from Aries season where we're birthed anew into the spring, into the fire, into the self, into the body, into Taurus season where we start to ground down our new ideas. So in Aries season you like pioneer the new, and in Taurus season you figure out how you're going to complete the task. Taurus is earth. It's fixed, meaning it stands very still. It's the bull that's going to stand there and you can't change its mind. It doesn't love change. And it's going to do whatever it can to complete the task. So this energy is very grounded. It's slow. If you imagine Aries being the one that just wants to move forward and pioneer the new idea and fight for what it believes in, Taurus stops and takes action in a way that's like calculated. Earthy, sensual. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is the sign or the planet that is our desires, how we love, how we feel about things, our feminine energy. Taurus is super connected to the senses. If there's ever a sign or an archetype in astrology that's most connected to food, touch, smell, taste, the way things look, it's Taurus. Taurus is, the one that rules over the earth, Mother Nature. She cares deeply about our resources. So some themes you can imagine coming into your realm this month perhaps might be, what makes me feel safe? Taurus is always asking the question, am I safe? Am I secure? Do I have enough food? Do I have enough resources? And so those are some of the things you can think about. Like Taurus is even our monetary system. And so I'm guessing that over the next month, we're going to be really talking about these things. Our resources, the earth, your money, your finances, where you're putting it, what you're doing with it. Do you have enough of it? Do you have enough things in your life to make you feel safe and secure? Did you feel safe and secure growing up? What can you do now to make yourself feel more safe and secure, even if it's just mentally talking to yourself in a gentle way? So this Taurus season is actually, in the beginning of it, is a little bit more, it's a little different than normal Taurus seasons perhaps, because Uranus is involved, and he's the planet of disruption, freedom, liberation, sudden, unexpected events. Ultimately, Uranus, and I actually got him his symbol tattooed on my finger recently, sort of as an FU to our freedoms being taken away. But Uranus is the planet that really wants us to be liberated. He wants us to come from our most authentic, heart-centered place, and he doesn't care how you get there. So he's going to disrupt you, like send a lightning bolt strike down in order for you to wake up, or to be disrupted enough to create change. And Taurus doesn't love change. So Uranus being in Taurus since 2018 is certainly a time where we're really asking ourselves, like, what makes us feel safe? Do we have enough resources? Does the earth, like, how have we abused her? How do we take care of her? What do we need to do? How can we be innovative? Uranus, it loves innovation and science in a way that's like futuristic. So how can we use our scientific, brilliant minds in these aha moments to use our resources more wisely, or to save the earth? This is really what the age of Aquarius is really asking us. So that being said, if you imagine the bull that stands still, that's like taking in all of the senses and looking at and creating beauty and really determined to finish its task, like there is no other sign that will finish however slow it takes, no matter what it takes. Taurus has grit. So if you imagine that, right, that energy plus Uranus coming in. So on April 22nd, pretty much all the way through the end of the month, even into the beginning of May, we have Uranus hitting our personal planets. So Venus, Mercury, and the Sun. And when Uranus hits the personal planets, you can expect the unexpected. And I kind of hate that saying, but like, you can expect some serious aha moments. You can expect some blind spots to be revealed. You can expect some information coming out that is shocking perhaps, or ungrounding in some way. You can expect you could probably like maybe meet somebody, maybe all of a sudden have this desire that you haven't had before. So you just want to kind of imagine that, right? Like when Mercury and Uranus come together, which is actually on the 24th, this is where we can really expect something with our thoughts, or the way we communicate information in the collective, something unexpected to come from that. Unexpected insights, perhaps, would be a way to think about it. Or you learning something new about yourself, or you realizing a need that wasn't there before, or you're just realizing that it's been there, but now you really see it. So that's what you can kind of imagine over the next, until the end of April. We do have a full moon in Scorpio on the 26th of April. I'll talk more about that one later. But I just kind of wanted to come on here and give you a sense of what the Taurus season's all about. Some ways to use the Taurus season would be to slow down, to practice grounding, like get your bare feet out on the earth, spend time in nature, spend time with the flowers, spend time doing something. Taurus is so good at seeing the crystal and just like really taking it in. Just like taking in its beauty, taking in the way that it feels. So that would be some ways to kind of use this energy. I also really briefly wanted to talk about Venus's cycle. She's currently behind the sun, farthest away from us in the underworld. So Venus has these cycles where she is closest to the earth. This is Venus, this is the earth, and I'm the sun, and then she'll be closest to the earth sometimes, and then she'll be behind the sun. And right now she's behind the sun, so we cannot see her even though she's there. And she's transitioning. And so when she's in the underworld, and I believe she's going to be there until May, so it's like 60 to 90 days, I'm thinking. When she's behind the sun and in the underworld, she is not visible to us, and that means that her energy is different. So if you imagine a planet being really close to us on Earth, like her energy is like powerful, right? And really palpable and like really available. And right now she's behind the sun, right? My head. And she's not necessarily as available. She's there and her energy is alive. But if you imagine Venus is like, she's our desires, she's our feelings, she's our feminine energy. She's like how we show up, how we desire to be showing up in relationship. She's beauty. She's like the way that we look, the way that we feel, so she's far away from us. So if those are some of the things that are coming up for you, if you're asking yourself any of these like things around the Venus traits, this perhaps is why. And it can sometimes feel uncomfortable. And what I want to say too is like Taurus season is very sensual and very grounded and all of that, but the Uranus energy is going to make it feel a little bit uncomfortable. But if we open, the way that I am imagining myself dealing with it, hopefully, is that I'm going to stay really curious to like what's coming up, because Uranus is ultimately like our complete and total liberation and our higher mind, so we have this beautiful opportunity to really have this light being shined on a higher version of ourselves, or even just like a more clear truth, a more clear freedom. So that's what I have to say there. Some ways to deal with Taurus energy besides like, gardening, flowers, eating a delicious meal, nourishing yourself, slowing down. Also just if you're feeling lethargic and tired, like moving your body, because sometimes Taurus can be a little bit like nappy. So if you're feeling tired too, that's why. But that's all I got for you. If you have any questions, let me know. Sending you guys all the love.